Hello, everyone. This is Sean 007 1986. I hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. So, yeah, I figured people were waiting. Well, I wonder what Sean's gonna talk on this one. Oh, don't worry. I didn't forget. I just wanted to see all the big old hoopla is about. The whole. Everyone's trying to blame everyone and every little tiny little thing about Shedeur Sanders and all that stuff. Well, now that that's out of the way, I guess I get to talk about it. But yes. So as we know, Shedeur Sanders. Excuse me. Shedeur Sanders is the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. And despite him being drafted 5th overall in this past draft and being passed on pretty much everywhere, everyone thought that he will not be able to get a chance to play in Cleveland. Now, he did play a game in Cleveland in last week. Cleveland's loss against the Baltimore Ravens, which is an NFC North title game. And I'm going to touch on that later, but yeah, he did play. It was his debut, but, not all debuts are going to be all sunshines and rainbows, people. So, with that being said, news have came out that Shedeur Sanders will be making his first NFL start. I'm reading this from ESPN. Cleveland Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders to make first NFL start, coach said. The Cleveland Browns will start Shedeur Sanders at quarterback in Sunday's road game against the Las Vegas Raiders. Coach Kevin Stefanski announced Wednesday as Dylan Gabriel remains in NFL's concussion protocol. A son of Pro Football Hall of Famer and Colorado football head coach Deion Sanders, Shedeur Sanders began his NFL career in Cleveland as the number 4 quarterback, but has slowly made his way up to the depth chart and will now make his first start in Week 12. Shedeur Sanders will become the 42nd quarterback to start a game for the Cleveland Browns since the franchise returned to Cleveland back in 1999. Yeah. Cleveland, they came back because the original Cleveland Browns team, they moved to Baltimore and rebranded as the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, the Ravens we got right now, they were the original Cleveland Browns. I mean, dead serious. Dead serious. There's a lot of quarterbacks that the Browns have there. You want to know who the 41 other starters are? Here are the 41 other starters. Tim Couch, Baker Mayfield, Derek Anderson, Colt McCoy, Brandon Whedon, Charlie Frey, Deshaun Watson, Brian Hoyer, Sharon Kitzer, Kelly Holcomb, Brady Quinn, Trent Dilfer, Josh McCown, Jacoby Brissett, Jeff Garcia, Joe Flacco, Cody Kessler, Doug Peterson, Jason Campbell, Johnny Manziel, Cedric Wallace, Jameis Winston, Dylan Gabriel, Dorian Thomas-Robinson, Robert Griffin III, Jake Delhomme, Luke McCown, Tyrod Taylor, Ken Dorsey, PJ Walker, Austin Davis, Ty Detman, Case Keenum, Kevin Hogan, Bailey Zappi, Spurgon Wynn, Jeff Driscoll, Thad Lewis, Nick Mullins, Colin Saul, and Bruce Gradkowski. Yeah, those are a lot of quarterbacks. And the only 2 quarterbacks that had 59 starts apiece, 59 starts, were Tim Couch and Baker Mayfield. Dead serious. Tim Couch and Baker Mayfield are the only 2 Cleveland are sitting on the top, tied as the only 2 Cleveland Brown quarterbacks to have 59 starts with the franchise. It is like I said, that team has been, and if that's how many quarterbacks the Browns went through, I'm fucking afraid how many quarterbacks my team went through. Pretty much ain't gonna be. I'm pretty damn sure it ain't gonna be pretty. I mean, it ain't gonna be pretty. Shedeur Sanders, the 144th pick in the 2025 draft, made his NFL debut in the second half of the Browns' Sunday 23-16 home loss to their AFC rival Baltimore Ravens after Dillon Gabriel was checked for a concussion at halftime and was later ruled out. Sanders struggled in the defeat, completing only 4 of his 16 passes for 47 yards and an interception. He was also sacked twice. Stefanski confirmed after Sanders' debut that those were the first snaps he ever taken alongside the starting offense in any setting, and Sanders acknowledged the need to develop chemistry with the starting unit. Gabriel has not been cleared to practice, so Sanders will get those valuable practice reps in preparation for his first start. I'm truly excited for that, knowing that I have a piece of the offense and a say so how things fit my eye and place the players exactly where they need to be. Doing a video, Mom.
Oh, money. Don't talk loud.
It's Harry. Sanders said. Seeing how they came in and out of routes, seeing the structure of the old linemen, seeing their set, just having a feeling. I'm more of a field type of person, so that how I learn. That's how I do everything. I'm gonna just watch it. It's just going to happen. No, I gotta be out there, feel it. I got to move around. It's like so many details that it takes for me to feel my best and play my best. And I'm doing everything in my power, and the team doing everything to help me get prepared. Sanders will be making the first start of the week after his home was broken into while he was making his NFL debut. That poor fucking kid. The Medina County Sheriff's Office said Tuesday that an estimated $200,000 in property was stolen from the Sanders home by 3 suspects on Sunday. Mentally, emotionally, I'm in a great place overall, Sanders said when asked about the break-in. My life is always going to be adversity. Things aren't always going to go as planned, but I would say I'm prepared for everything. Sanders said none of his jewelry was stolen. Wait, so none of his jewelry was stolen? So what the hell did the robbers steal? Inquiring minds want to know. Sanders has stated publicly in the past that he was ready to contribute and play, but the Browns have taken a slower approach to his development. During the broadcast of the preseason finale, General Manager Andrew Berry likened Sanders' transition to the pros to someone who was fluent in English, and now you have to learn Mandarin. What the fuck kind of... the fuck? No, seriously, the fuck right there. Throughout the season, Sanders has split scout team reps with the team's other backup quarterbacks. Bailey Zappi is signed to the practice squad. In October 22nd, Stefanski said that unlike when Gabriel was the backup, Sanders was not receiving practice reps with the starters as QB2, as the team focused on Gabriel's weekly readiness as a rookie starter. Stefanski, though, has said that Sanders have been getting reps in alternate ways, including scout team reps, walkthroughs, and post-practice reps with other developmental players. You want to make sure that all the concepts are things that he feels confident, Stefanski said. Obviously, having been around him over the months, you get a good sense of the things that fits his eyes, so to speak. So definitely want to learn into those types of things, and he's working very hard. Sanders was rated as the #1 quarterback prospect in the 2025 draft by ESPN's draft analyst Mel Kiper Jr. However, Sanders fell to the day 3 of the draft, where the Browns traded up to select him with the 5th round with their 7th and final pick. As training camp opened, Sanders was slotted behind not only Dillon Gabriel, who was the team selected with the number 94th pick, but also veteran quarterbacks Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett. Both of them, mind you, are Super Bowl champions. Joe Flacco won the Super Bowl with the Ravens, and Kenny Pickett won a Super Bowl with the Eagles. Yes, he was a backup, but he still got that ring, so that fucking counts. Sanders did not receive reps with the starting offense as Cleveland held a quarterback competition in training camp. But amidst a slew of injuries during the summer, Sanders got the opportunity to start the preseason opener against the Carolina Panthers. Playing a little less than 3 quarters with a cast of backups and third stringers, Sanders completed 14 of his 23 passes for 138 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he added 19 rushing yards to end the 30-10 win over the Panthers. Sanders, though, missed the following week, including the second preseason game, with an elbow injury. He was the third Browns quarterback to play in the preseason finale against the LA Rams and struggled, completed only 3 of his 6 passes for 14 yards. Sanders was also sacked 5 times. The Browns traded Kenny Pickett to the Las Vegas Raiders days later, and Sanders made the 53-man roster along with Joe Flacco and Dillon Gabriel. Sanders began the regular season as the number 3 quarterback and was inactive for the first 5 games of the season as an emergency quarterback. After the Browns traded Joe Flacco, who was benched in favor of Dillon Gabriel after 4 games, to the Cincinnati Bengals, Sanders moved up to the backup role. He was then QB2 for all but 1 game since then. Sanders was inactive in Week 8 because of a back injury. Sanders is stepping in for Gabriel, who has started the previous 5 games. Dillon Gabriel ranks 32nd out of 33 qualifying quarterbacks with a QBR of 30.9, above only Tennessee's rookie quarterback and number 1 pick, Cam Ward. The Browns were 1-4 in games that Dillon Gabriel started before his injury. I know our fans have a lot of expectation and hope, Sanders said. I will be doing a disservice to myself and a disservice to the organization if I didn't feel like I am the guy. I did everything I needed to. I'm doing everything I needed to prepare to be the best version of myself as possible. With the circumstances, everything got to be sped up, and that's great. I like the pressure in my life. I'm just excited for everything, so I feel like I'm the guy. I know I'm the guy, but you just have to be able to see. So, yeah. So you're probably going to ask yourself, what do I think about this whole thing? Well, I mean, I got to be completely honest on this one. I think, look, do I think he got a chance of surviving his first week? I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a bit over. It's a bit over daunting, but I think it's I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. He's not gonna do well. I mean, he might do well, but knowing the Raiders' defense, I mean, yeah, they can say, well, the Raiders' defense might not do so well. He might have a chance. I don't know. It's like the old saying goes, every given Sunday. And the difference with the Raiders defense can be night and day. Really can be night and day. Night and day. And while we're on the subject on that little adventure, I like to bring up a little something, right? Oh, screen. Oh, I love getting me some screenshots. Because, ever since what happened, I just gave you those stats on what happened in his first game. And you want to know what happened after that? A lot of people were so making beautiful excuses. I mean, it's not even funny. I mean, technically it is, but still, though, it's like they are trying their damnedest to try to defend this, man. They really are. Like, seriously, they really, really are. Because they was making so many excuses. Trying to pull this up in my phone. always damn ads. Oh god, oh god, this is gonna be one of those long videos. So, y'all heard about Detroit? You heard about the Detroit Pistons winning 11 games in the NBA. In the NBA, right? Crazy, huh? Here they are. Okay, yeah. Ever since that, the excuse was rolling in, man. Like, oh god, here's one. Here's some of the excuses. Like, he didn't get any first team reps. Yeah, that's backup QBs. Here's the thing: backup QBs are not getting first team reps is very common. It is very common. I mean, not every. I mean, shoot. Sometimes backup QBs don't get the first team reps. It's usually replied to the starting quarterbacks. So there's that one. Or how about this one? The Browns have no talent around him, which is 100% which is 100% incorrect, because if that was the case, how did Joe Flacco and Dylan Gabriel manage to keep playing with a lack of talent? Because trust me, there are some quarterbacks, both past and present, that can actually play and win games with less talent. And my personal favorite, the O-line is terrible, which again, that can apply to the Browns have no talent around them, because Joe Flacco and Dylan Gabriel managed to survive with a terrible O-line. So, yeah, that was so goddamn crazy. Oh, and how about this one? But here's one. Oh yeah, this one is from Mr. True, because I saw this one and I actually agree with him what he said. One of the main excuses, he said, and I quote, one of the main excuses being used to defend Shedeur Sanders' poor NFL debut is that he received no first-team reps at all. While this is in fact true, as confirmed by Kevin Stefanski, other quarterbacks have been known into this exact same situation. It looked 10 times better than Shedeur did today. Tyler Shedeur had limited to no reps with the first game before being put into an NFL game, and is on one of the NFL's worst teams. Jackson Dahl had limited to no reps with the first team before being announced as starting quarterback against the Chargers, a game in which the Giants won. Remember that game? And Baker Mayfield in 2022 had 2 days to get accumulated to his teammates and learn Sean McVay's offense as much as he could in those 2 days, and went out and beat the Raiders on Thursday Night Football. And I remember that Baker Mayfield was a fucking baller in that one. And then you have then here's Joshua Anderson, who tweeted on November 6, 2025, after retweeting Daryl Rutner, that said that Shedeur Sanders was 2-8 with 12 yards and interceptions, struck twice, intentional grounding. His NFL debut is not doing well at Brown. #Browns. Where he quote tweeted this by saying this: Let's be clear. This is not an intentional Shedeur Sanders debut. Coached up with any first team reps all season with Kevin Stefanski. Shedeur is playing by default only due to Dylan Gabriel's concussion. You get what this person said? Okay. Here's the thing. I think what he put out there was the fact that he's trying to say that, this isn't a real NFL debut game for him. This doesn't count. Yeah, it does. It does count, especially when we're in the middle of the current season. And this was a rivalry game where the Browns was trying to beat the Ravens, in which they did not. Okay. Also, playing by default. He's the only quarterback they got on them because Dylan Gabriel, he's in concussive protocol. I swear to Almighty God, man, it's like people will go out of their bloody way to defend Shedeur Sanders, man. Like, dude, have you seen what Mel Kiper was on draft night back in August? I mean April. He was about to have a fucking collapsing over the fact that Shedeur Sanders didn't get drafted in the first round. And everybody's trying to say that, oh, he should have been drafted in the first round. Yeah. See, the thing is, they said that he was projected to be drafted in the first round. Sometimes players don't be drafted by way they're projected. Like, for example, I play my running back who I imported from EA College Football 25 to my NFL 25. And after I did my combine, by the way, I was a running back, mind you. After I did my thing and I got my report card on how I did, they said that I was projected to be drafted late first rounder. And yeah, I was drafted in the late round by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, in a way, I wasn't upset. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Late rounder, I'll take that. Better than nothing. But yeah, in short, I feel like the people who are trying their damnedest to try to hype this guy up is basically by both the media and ESPN. I think all this is gonna do is do more harm than good for Shedeur Sanders. And God forbid what happens when he actually got a terrible game against the Raiders. And you know, I'm going to be watching that game very closely Sunday. After all, my team doesn't play in week 12. We got a bye. So I'm going to definitely watch this game and see how well it does. I'm going to watch it, record his stats. We're going to check out his actual stats. His first full official game stats, and I'll make my analysis there. But all I gotta say, if it's like what happened last week, we're gonna have a bad time, people. We're gonna have a bad time. But anywho, that's all I gotta say for right now. Let me know what y'all think. As always, be sure to leave a comment, like this video, subscribe to this channel, click notification bell so don't miss our updates, share with friends, share with neighbors, share with others, and that's about it. Till next time, this is Sean 007 1986 signing off. Thank you for watching this video. Really means a lot. I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later. Peace. He's gonna die. He's gonna die against the Raiders, is he? And by die, I mean he's gonna. The Raiders gonna make him. The Raiders gonna make him his bitch. Because I know when they heard that, they're like, well, fresh meat.